Oh, shit. Well, we're early. We hit the button. That means we're early. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning, Misfits. I blew my load. I blew it too early. I was just sitting around here hitting fucking buttons. I don't even know how to internet still. For those P1s, the people that have been listening to me forever, you guys know I say it all the time. I don't know how to internet. I'm basically just fucking walking through the internet, using it like I'm like a fucking all right. Like imagine like a fucking I don't know, like a puppy, like a dog that's raised through through like let's say half its life in a nice home, a comfortable house like this, and then all of a sudden it's out in the real wild the world, and it's like I don't know how to get food. That's me with the internet. It's been fucking 10 years probably since I started interneting. And I really just want to go back home. I want to go back home where everything made sense. Everything makes sense in the real world. It's just so comfortable when people aren't fucking trying to kill you and scream at you every day and it's not cold out. This analogy is getting away from me, but you get the fucking point. It's a wild fucking west in this little box that we're in. Um, but we love it. We love it. I've become a feral animal. I can't go back home. The outside world has changed me, Mom. Anyway, anyway, all right. Let's see here. It has um, it has been a few fucking awesome days. A couple. Wait, a few? A couple? Fucking what? I guess you could say. I mean, so Monday at noon, right? So today at noon, it would only be 2 days, technically, right? It really would be. It would only be, wouldn't it be? All right, so Monday at noon, Tuesday at noon would be 24 hours of Donald Trump's presidency. Today would be 48 hours of Donald Trump's presidency. And it has been less than 48 fucking hours. It is, what's that, 43 hours 43 fucking hours. And he has done more than Joe Biden did in 43 months. That's insane. He really will go down in his Joe Biden. Joe Biden really will go down in history as the worst president. I promise you that. And if it was any doubt on his way out the door, he fucking made sure of it. He pardoned his whole fucking family. He literally was like, I'm going to preemptively I'm going to none of these people have been charged with crimes. None. They're just his family. That is the biggest admission. And his fucking bullshit excuse and the left's bullshit excuse, like, he's just scared that Donald Trump is going to come after him. Yo, Donald Trump can't come after you if you don't commit crimes. According to their fucking logic. Their logic is if you are charged with a crime, then you are guilty. Right? Remember what happened when they were like, Donald Trump, you really think that Donald Trump was charged with 96 crimes and did nothing wrong? Yeah, I mean, well, fuck it. All right, let's say Donald Trump wanted to go after them. If he could find crimes, then they are crimes, right? According to the left. So why is Joe Biden trying to stop his family from getting charged with crimes? It's because they fucking committed crimes. Now, Donald Trump's situation is very unique, okay? Because what they did with their lawfare was they charged him with misdemeanors that they were able to, like, they threw everything at the fucking wall, right? Nothing stuck. Nothing, right? A civil suit in New York where they could say, okay, let me explain to you guys the things that Donald Trump has been quote unquote convicted of, right? Out of all the shit they tried, all of it, right? This is why the justice system actually does work. The justice system in this country is broken, but it actually does work. And Donald Trump is the proof of that. He will win on his appeals, right? I promise. But even what they've done so far, in a civil suit, right? Now, this is the E. Jean Carroll case, right? This crazy woman made up a story about Donald Trump, in my opinion. Okay. She literally said, Donald Trump raped me back in 1990. And then they were like, what year? And she goes, I don't know. And she gave a story that no bullshit at all, is the plot of a Law and Order episode, like word for word. It's like Waldorf dressing room. He pushed me up against a wall and he raped me. That is the fucking plot of a Law and Order SVU episode with Kevin Pollak. Google it. She said that she was wearing a dress. She went on Vanity Fair and showed the dress. And she goes, this is the dress I was wearing when Donald Trump raped me. Dress wasn't fucking made yet. She went on Anderson Cooper on CNN and said it wasn't sexual. And it wasn't rape. He never threw me up against a wall. Her story was fucking crazy. So, what happened was the jury, a fucking New York jury, and New York hates fucking Trump, and I'm sure that there was some jury tampering in all of these cases. Even they were like, yeah, he didn't rape her. He was not even found liable for rape. What they did find was that based on her story, and by the way, this is how civil lawsuits work, the jury just needs to find a 51% chance that you might have done it. What they found was Donald Trump was liable for battery, right? And battery under New York statute is such a broad term, right? It can apply to pushing somebody, but it can also apply to raping somebody. And then the judge who should be fucking thrown in jail for his statement, came out and was like, yeah, even though they didn't find him guilty of rape, he raped her. And it's like, yo, dude, what the fuck? What? You can't say that. So it was all, that case was bullshit. So that's one. That's one that Donald Trump was found liable for. And then the criminal case, right, it was essentially like Stormy Daniels shook Donald Trump down for money, saying, if you don't pay me, I'm going to tell people that we fucked. And it's your word against mine. So he goes, okay, I'm a billionaire. Here, how much do you want? And she was like, I want this much money. So he goes, okay, I didn't fuck you, but if you shut the fuck up, I'll pay you, because apparently you have enough evidence to maybe make people think that we fucked. And that happens all the time. There are shakedowns all the time. When you're rich, if I was ever to get rich, somebody would do it to me. It's part of the deal. So Donald Trump writes checks to his lawyer, and on the lawyer line, the memo line, he writes legal expense because it's a fucking payment to a lawyer. And somehow they were able to say that that's fraud or fucking something. I don't even fucking remember at this point. It's all so confusing. So those are the two things out of all of the shit that they tried to convict Donald Trump with. The only thing they were able to do is get two crazy bitches, one of whom is a fucking porn star, as their fucking a crazy woman who named her cat Vagina and paints the trees outside of her home in the woods blue. That's E. Jean Carroll. A fucking crazy person and a literal hooker. A woman who takes dick on camera for a living. They were out of all of the bad things that Donald Trump was accused of. That's all they could do. They could get two crazy bitches to lie. So, the justice system will work out in the end. Donald Trump will. These cases were tried in New York for a reason. All the other cases are irrelevant because they have all fallen apart, because you can't use lawfare. You literally can't. And like I said, the justice system's broken, but you really can't. You can't weaponize it. You can. I know people are gonna, no, what about all the black people? I get it. It's not perfect. I'm in agreement with you. What I'm saying is, on this scale, in this public of a forum, you can't. So, Donald Trump would not be able to do what Joe Biden did to Donald Trump back to Joe Biden unless Joe Biden actually committed crimes. So Joe Biden pardoned all of his fucking family because he goes, wow, if he does what we just did, we're fucked. Donald Trump's not fucked because he actually is innocent. That's the difference. So Joe Biden will go down as the worst president in the history of this country. And on the way out the door, he made sure of it by basically admitting he was just as corrupt as we all thought he was. And I think, I have said this before, I know the only way to heal is to go after him. You can't allow this. Like, it's not about revenge. You cannot allow this. Somebody will try it again if you allow it. And Donald Trump signed the whole executive order like, don't go after your political opponents. It's not what you need to do. No, you need to go after crimes. You find an actual crime with actual evidence and fucking go get it. And if that crime ends up becoming tied up in somebody that has been pardoned, right? You challenge the pardons. The signatures don't match. He has dementia. Fucking anything you got to do. Take it to the Supreme Court. And that's another thing you have to do. We have to get the Supreme Court's opinion on whether or not a president can just go, you're absolved of any wrongdoing that you might have done. And I'll just pick an arbitrary date, like the day that my son started working for Burisma. It's wild, guys. That is insane. I don't think we're done with this. I don't think we're done with this. I think that the Biden family and their associates are going to jail. I don't give a fuck if he pardoned them. They're going to jail. And they need to. But anyway, let's get to the daily breakdown. We got a shitty news day, which is good because I have a lot of other stuff to talk about. I got a lot to talk about with Andrew Tate and Viva Fraud and the general fucking temperature of the conservative social media online space and how it's being eroded and we are looking fucking ridiculous. Reid Hoffman paid Carroll's legal fees. Yeah. E. Jean Carroll. Reid Hoffman, yeah, the anti-Trumper fucking billionaire paid E. Jean Carroll's legal. We could go. Listen. I got so much information in la cabeza. I could talk about that all fucking day, which is why I was able to ramp for fucking 18 minutes about it. No show notes. I don't got anything in front of me except for my fucking face. All right. So, Prince Harry settles lawsuit with Murdoch Papers after apology. Don't know what that is, but let's find out. Find out what that fucking weirdo is doing. One screen. Okay, very short article here. Prince Harry and his legal team thrashed out a last-minute deal with Rupert Murdoch's British newspaper group on Tuesday to settle claims of widespread wrongdoing at the publisher, receiving a full apology, but falling short of his long-time mission to hold the British tabloids accountable in open court. What the fuck happened? This is an article. The Duke of Sussex decision to settle claims against the newspaper halts efforts to expose the publisher, along shuttered. What the fuck happened? The former lawmaker had sued the company over alleged unlawful activities carried out by journalists and private investigators working for the newspaper. What the fuck happened? This is the dude. What the fuck is going on here? This is the whole story, by the way. This is the whole story. They don't give you any context. It's just Prince Harry sued newspaper. Okay, why? They did stuff. Oh, okay. Seems like you guys are really taking this whole journalism thing seriously, but that's that, apparently. And we got another weather report. We're getting a lot of weather reports on the Daily Breakdown. By the way, guys, if you have never watched the Daily Breakdown before and you don't know what the fuck is going on, I type the word news into a search bar every morning. Well, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And this is what pops up. I don't pick the news. I am not selecting the news. I just wrote news. So that's what the daily breakdown is. Sometimes we add in guests after. Sometimes we add in special topics after, like today. But I was talking to Nico Lagan yesterday after we closed, and he was asking me about this, and he goes, "This is genius." Right? He was like, "It's genius." He goes, "You're literally doing what people should be doing, and you're not selectively taking the news in." And I said this to him. I go, "Yeah, it was just laziness, right?" Like that's just it takes me about 10 minutes to put a show together because I have a real job. I haven't been at work in a few weeks, but I'll be starting another job soon. And it was too hard to manage trying to put a show together. I tried to put the show together the night before. Like this is what a lot of content creators will do. They either have like the big ones have a team. But what they'll do is they'll go, "Okay, we want to talk about this, this, and this." Right? We want to talk about these topics, kind of like a news program. And what they'll do is they'll go and they'll search for the topic, and then they'll find the stuff about the topic, and then they'll talk about the topic. But putting all that together, that's fucking ridiculous. I type the word news in. This is what we're talking about. It doesn't take long at all. But Nico was also telling me, he goes, "Don't sell yourself short." He goes, "What you're doing is you're knowledgeable in all of the areas of current events where you can do that, where you can literally type the word news in and you can talk about any topic because you already have them." And that is true, and that was a compliment. And thank you, Nico. It was great having you on the show. But yeah, that's the daily breakdown, just in case you didn't know, if this is your first time. Also, like the fucking video. What the fuck are you doing here if you haven't liked the video? And not on X or YouTube. Get your ass over here. Come here. Come here. Click the link in my bio. Okay? You click the link in my bio. You go to Rumble. You get the fuck over to Rumble. And you hit the like button. I mean it. Don't make me come over there. I will drag you out by your ear until you smash the like button. You don't have to subscribe. Some people in the chat are in red because they like me so much. I don't know what they pay. I don't fucking know. I don't keep track. It's DoorDash money. You don't have to pay me. Just fucking like the video. Right? All right. The reason I did that is because I always forget to tell people to like the video. Yeah, snow. Okay, fucking whatever. Snow happened. For much of the Gulf Coast, snow happened. I'm not a fucking weatherman, so I'm just gonna read it. For much of the Gulf Coast, the snowstorm that's expected to end soon was a once-in-a-lifetime snowstorm. Many areas saw more snow than they have in the last 130 years. Wow. Florida just saw the most snow on record, with a preliminary 8.8 inches, nice, observed in Milton, which is north of Pensacola. This is the highest snow total on record for the state, according to the National Weather Service. Snow reports from the last 24 hours include about 1 to 2 inches in Houston. That's more accurate. And that's the official number because it was taken at the city's George Bush Intercontinental Airport, but the southwest part of the city saw over 4 inches. That's more accurate. The NWS said it's one of the top snowstorms to impact the Houston area. So nobody fucking told me yesterday, by the way, and I would like to have a word with the Jews. Okay? You control the weather. Ian Carroll and Candace Owens told me. So if you control the weather, why the fuck did you put dandruff on my dirt? There was a bunch of dandruff on my dirt yesterday, and it was cold, and I don't like it. All right? Now, granted, I made a post after I saw that white shit outside, and I told the Jews to get rid of it. I was like, yeah, whoa, 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 whoa! I do a lot of stuff for you. All right, I do a lot of pro-Jewish content. Fix it. And within a few hours, it was gone. they turned on the sun laser. The sun laser came out, and it got rid of all the dandruff on my dirt. But you tell me next time, okay? I need just a quick little DM. Says, hey, by the way, we're gonna do that. I don't want to see this happen again. I don't want to be blindsided by it. Okay, if you have to put snow in my area, just do anything but page me. Don't page me. Okay, we know how you do with that. So I need the beeper bomber in my living room. All right. Anyway, live updates. Trump to conduct his first sit-down interview since returning to the White House. That's gonna be fun. Dude, people are just melting down every fucking day, and I'm so fucking here for it. President Donald Trump is slated to conduct his first sit-down interview since returning to the White House. The interview with Sean Hannity of Fox News is scheduled to air Wednesday night. That would be tonight. Meanwhile, Congress could send Trump his first bill to sign after expected passage of legislation that would require federal authorities to detain undocumented immigrants who are accused, arrested, or charged in cases of theft and related crimes. The bill is named for Laken Riley, a Georgia nursing student who was murdered by an undocumented immigrant. You know, that is sad. It's bittersweet that the first bill that he will sign into law would be named after Laken Riley. She was horribly, brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant. It's something that should have never happened. But imagine being her mom, right? Imagine knowing your daughter had to die in order to wake enough people up, and seeing this whole culmination where common sense is coming back to America. And all it cost you was your daughter's life. It's fucking insane. It's just wrong. It sucks that it happened, man. I'm literally getting choked up because I'm like, Laken Riley, Jocelyn Ungari, all the fucking, it's not racist to say that people from third world countries have a different view on certain things like consent. You know, we're going to talk about that. Apparently, people in fucking Romania have a certain view on consent. But you know, Laken Riley's mom, she shouldn't have to be happy today. She should be, but it should be because, you know, her daughter's still alive. But just wanted to take a minute and say that it's just fucking it's been a long, hard road of dealing with this fucking nonsense. Congress literally last year was like, yeah, we don't think you should deport illegals who get pulled over for a DUI. Well, what the fuck? What do you mean? They're already illegals. Wild. Ethical government is partisan goal. Yep. By the way, guys, all these articles are in the show notes. And I'm going a little long because of my opening. So let me just run right through this last one. Trump pledges to send military to borders, brand cartels terrorists. Here's what we know. This is very important. And I didn't put a slide in, of course, but it's in the show notes. So good. All right. Fuck. It's very important, but we're not going to talk about it. Let me go back to this. I knew I was forgetting something. In the first hour was Donald Trump. So basically, Donald Trump designated the cartels foreign terrorist organizations, which means when they send fentanyl over the border and kill people, now we can be like, you just committed an act of terrorism. And then we would do what's called a counterstrike. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm 2 hours from the border. This is gonna be happening right in my fucking backyard. You fucking if you militarize me, I will fucking strap up tomorrow. I got some free time right now. They should have been designated terrorists a long time ago. They kill more Americans than any other organization on the fucking planet. Hundreds of thousands. Over 100,000 per year. Millions have died. Millions of Americans have died because of the cartel. How the fuck haven't we? They kill more people than Al Qaeda, like radical Islamic terrorists. Americans, I mean, not people, but Americans. They kill more Americans than Al Qaeda. China and Mexico kill more Americans than anyone. And fucking misdirection from the left about fucking Putin is absolutely astounding. All right, now let's get to this. This is important, guys. This man, Paul Ingracia, just swore an oath because let me see if I can blow this up. Here we go. Because he was just named as a White House liaison. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, a White House liaison is a glorified fucking secretary, and they would be right. But the point is, this man is pretty close to Donald Trump, right? There's not that many people removed from him and Donald Trump. Donald Trump has even sent him a letter saying, "Hey, congratulations." And this guy right here, oh, sorry. Yeah, is it this way or this way? Let me see. Yep, no, it's the other way. Yeah, this guy right here should be fired. You need to fire him immediately. And I mean fucking fired, not reprimanded, not talked to, not a public apology. He needs to be fucking fired immediately. And here's why. Andrew Tate is an extraordinary human being, not only in terms of sheer physical prowess, though he has that in spades, but perhaps even more impressively, he is sharp as a tack and has the willpower and spirit to match. He is the embodiment of the ancient ideal of excellence, to seek perfection of mind, body, and spirit. An ideal that is radically at odds with the grotesquely decadent society which values security and mediocrity over human excellence amongst men. It is for this reason that he and his brother have become public enemy number one. Blah, blah, blah. Take your tongue out of his ass. But here, this is funny, right? This is the guy who just became White House liaison in a picture with Andrew Tate. And he's saying the McBride law firm is working around the clock to obliterate the Matrix narrative about the Tate brothers. So this guy's law firm, the law firm that this guy is part of, right? Sorry. Maybe I didn't include that slide. The law firm that this guy right here, who just became White House liaison, who has personal letters from Donald Trump. By the way, this isn't an indictment on Donald Trump. Donald Trump just doesn't know shit. Sometimes he can't know everything. He's not omnipotent. But this guy is saying that he and his legal team are working to essentially get Andrew Tate off. That's why he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired fucking immediately. Like right now. Not even fucking close to like yesterday. Like immediately. Right? And the smile of a man who has truth on his side. Oh, we're gonna go through some truth. This is him kissing his ass. Here's a post that Andrew Tate made 2 days ago. This is it's a joke, right? We all like jokes. Jokes are funny, right? I even do some racist jokes. I don't care. I'm free speech. Totally fine. Right? But this is in response to Elon Musk doing the salute, right? This is Andrew Tate. Okay. Maybe not doing that like, here we go. This is the slide I was looking for. Paul Ingracia, he works for McBride Law Firm. All right. So, McBride Law Firm. There we go. Same slide. This is some some fun stuff he said before. Ben Shapiro and Nikki Haley are not American. Okay. This is White House counsel, guys. This is like, oh, sorry, White House liaison. Foreigners and children of foreigners cannot become, that part's true. Nikki Haley cannot become president. Nikki Haley is not a foreigner. She's an American. Now, this is the important part. Sorry, if these slides are a little out of order, you guys, anybody who's been watching this show for a while knows that that's just normal. This is the important part. Okay. McBride Law Firm, White House liaison, works for McBride Law Firm. McBride Law Firm is run by Joseph D. McBride, Esquire. McBride Law Firm was responding to an article from the BBC where these women said Andrew Tate raped and strangled us. Okay? It's just a bunch of laughing faces. Essentially, he's saying, ha 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 ha. Okay? Andrew Tate raped and strangled us. Ha 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 ha. You stupid bitch. Now, what they're going to say is, I'm laughing because those girls are lying. Right? Those women are fucking lying, and that's why I'm laughing. Like you would laugh at the E. Jean Carroll story, right? E. Jean Carroll is clearly fucking ridiculous. So you would you would laugh when E. Jean Carroll is like, this is the dress I wore, and the dress wasn't made yet. That's funny, right? Like Stormy Daniels. You would laugh at Stormy Daniels, who wrote 2 fucking letters, right? 2 affidavits saying, I never slept with Donald Trump, and then came out and was like, just kidding. That's funny. This, however, is not funny, and here's why.
I was thinking I can do whatever I want to. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this planet.
That's a voice recording controversial influencer Andrew Tate allegedly sent a woman in 2015. That audio, along with disturbing messages reading, quote, I loved raping you, are now coming to light as Tate faces sex trafficking charges overseas. Vice World News published the messages and voice notes allegedly made by Tate. We want to warn you, they may be disturbing to some.
Am I a bad person? Because
yes,
the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it.
That's rape.
I loved how much you hated it.
That's a sadist.
Turn me on.
Tate, known worldwide for his millions of Twitter followers and controversial beliefs, recently made headlines for his arrest in Romania.
Look, you see in this screenshot, he has 4.5 million followers. He's up to 10.6 million. That's why this is a fucking problem, right? I'm not about silencing or censoring anybody. If Andrew Tate was just being fucking ridiculous, I wouldn't care. It's the fact that he's trying to get into Donald Trump's circle.
Yeah. He's now being held on charges of organized crime, human trafficking, and rape. Just this week, he was denied release from detention, and from here, prosecutors can request Tate's detention be upped from 30 days to 180 days behind bars. But this isn't Tate's first tangle with the law.
Okay, this part is important, right? And before we get to this part, I would just like to remind you what I had just put on screen, okay? Let's see. Let's get this in front of that. Okay. This is Andrew Tate's lawyer who works with the new White House liaison to Donald Trump, laughing about an article pointing out women who said Andrew Tate raped and strangled us. Okay. Are we all clear that that's what's going on here? Okay, now let's continue the video.
Back in 2015, he was arrested in the United Kingdom after his accuser provided investigators with this voice recording and violent WhatsApp messages he allegedly sent her.
Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't f***ing pass out? Chill the f*** out. Jesus Christ, I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
So, Andrew Tate is on tape admitting that he strangled these women, right? Now, he's going to say it's a kink, right? It's kink shaming if you don't like it. But his lawyer, who works with the White House liaison, is laughing about women with a real claim. They have a real claim because Andrew Tate admitted it's a real claim. He was arrested because it was a real claim. That's the thing. This isn't about how much of a scumbag Andrew Tate is. It's about him trying to be the next Epstein. He is trying to get into Donald Trump's circle, and he is using people like fucking smiley faces over there to do it. Do you understand why I'm sounding the fucking alarm on this? Because when all of this evidence that I can see now, I didn't see it before. He had me fooled too. But now that I can see it and put it all together, like this video right now, when this fucking drops to the mainstream and everybody is like, what the fuck? You know what they're going to do? They're going to say Donald Trump was friends with Andrew Tate. They're going to use it to hang Donald Trump. Will it work? No. Will it be the end of the world? No. It's a big fucking problem, though. You're just going to get repeat pictures of Donald Trump next to Jeffrey Epstein and pictures of Andrew Tate next to Donald Trump's White House liaison. Wake the fuck up.
User included a message apparently sent from Tate reading, quote, "I loved raping you." Tate was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and physical abuse after two separate accusers came forward. In 2019, prosecutors dropped that case.
And if I had actually hurt anybody, the Romanian police would have me in jail.
Tate was arrested in
That's not true. You can get away with crimes. You can literally get away with crimes. It's not fucking impossible. You can literally get away with crimes. If I had done something, I'd be in jail is like, fucking what? What do you mean? It's just like, who talks like that? It's like, fucking Christ.
in Romania in late December as part of a sex trafficking probe. On Thursday, 7 of his houses were searched by authorities. A spokesperson for the Directorate for
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm very upset with myself. I really am. I'm not even joking. I'm actually pissed because I remember when this all came out, I was defending him. I remember how I was saying, like, you know what? It's the same thing that people are thinking right now. It's like, oh, it's got to be bullshit because of what just happened to Donald Trump. I trauma bonded with this fuck because I know I know every detail about Donald Trump's case, and I know those cases are bullshit. This, all I did was I said, well, if Trump's innocent, so is Tate. That was the extent of my research. And I came out and I told people in my comment section, nah, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I was a fucking idiot. And then I'm going to show you why that mentality right now is going on with people like Viva Fraud, Russell Brand, fucking Benny Johnson, Alina Habba. They had the same mentality as me. And this is why it needs to come from me, MAGA. And not me, Zach Bonfilio, me, MAGA. It needs to come from us. You all need to wake the fuck up. The liberals can't tell us because we'll ignore them. The Jews can't tell us because we'll ignore them. They are very rightfully upset about October 7th, and Andrew Tate hates Jews. So we'll just dismiss it. It needs to come from MAGA. This is the only way. I'm telling you. If more people like me don't start speaking up, this is going to blow up in our fucking face.
investigating organized crime and terrorism said the search took place, quote, in order to obtain further evidence. Investigators say Tate, his brother, and 2 women coerced 6 women physically and mentally. All 4 suspects are now being held in Romanian jail.
Okay, so I think that this right here is more than enough evidence to fire that fucking guy who's White House liaison. It's more than enough evidence for Alina Habba to come out and go, holy shit, guys, I know I was on a video with Benny Johnson. I didn't know all this information at the time. I completely denounce Andrew Tate. All of this information is so publicly available and ready to go. And I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of saying these people are all scumbags. I'm saying these people are fucking ignorant. They're ignorant. That's it. Some of them are not. At a certain point, when you hear the evidence and you continue to defend it, you are culpable. I think that Viva Frey is towing that fucking line. Russell Brand, not so much. Russell Brand is just like, he's like, la 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 la. Viva Frey's a fucking lawyer. He's a fucking lawyer. And he's giving talking points. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, Joseph McBride reposting Andrew Tate. Joseph McBride, it's my great honor to inform you that J6 prisoners are being released. This guy is so fucking close to MAGA, and he's publicly supporting and defending Andrew Tate, who I guarantee you raped little girls, like 15-year-olds minimum. We already exposed that. I'm not playing that fucking video. Actually, I am going to play that video again, but it's in a super clip from Milk Bar TV. I also wanted to leave this screenshot in here. Speaking of Milk Bar TV, Crayon Murders, and anyone else that's doing all the research, guys, look, this is what I'm good at. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. I can put together stuff, right? I'm good at taking information, putting it together into a informative, palatable way. Kind of like a news anchor reports the news, but there's a whole bunch of people behind the scene that gathered the news. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Milk Bar TV. Go on Twitter and look at his page for 5 fucking minutes. Nathan Livingstone. 5 minutes into this kid's page, and you will not be able to claim ignorance on Andrew Tate. Period. Full fucking stop. There is no way you can justify Andrew Tate's own words. This isn't like Donald Trump. There was nothing on Trump. There is everything on Tate, and Tate's the one that fucking gave it to us. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, I want to show you a couple of super clips. Again, this is a fucking White House liaison with his tongue in Andrew Tate's asshole. That is not good. This is not good at all. He works with, here's Andrew Tate, Hitler. This is the charging document, okay? The charging document in Andrew Tate's Romanian trial. Trafficking of minors. Act provided and punished by Art 211, Parta 1 and 2. In relation to blah, 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 right? In relation to the victim, whose name is blanked out because she's a fucking minor, starting from 2014 until 2021, Andrew Tate took advantage of both victims, a minor, 17 years old, to practice video chat activities, video chat platforms, OnlyFans, etc., etc. He was pimping out minors. Now, it says 17 years old, so you're going to have some people that are like, oh, 17's legal in Romania. Nope. Nope. He also had continuous sexual acts with a minor, repeatedly engaged in sexual intercourse, anal and oral, knowing that the girl was 15. So, let's look at
I was thinking.
oh, sorry. Here we go.
Guys, there are people to this day saying Andrew beats women. The girl in that video has
Yes, I'm one of them.
made 6 videos, 6, across a 7-year time frame explaining that I'm her friend and I haven't beaten her. A few months ago, we made a video promoting Daddy Coin. Do you think anyone cares? No.
So what he's saying is one of his victims who has Helsinki syndrome is still defending him, which means he's innocent. This girl was 15 and groomed. She could be potentially terrified if she ever speaks out against Andrew Tate. He will do worse. This is very common in the trafficker-victim dynamic, right? The victims will very, very often right, defend their abusers. I mean, you can even take it even lower than that, right? You ever seen one of these husbands, like a husband that's very abusive, extremely abusive to their wife, and somebody comes and beats up the husband? What does the wife do? The wife's getting the shit kicked out of her every day, right? She's literally getting fucking thrown on the ground and kicked in the ribs every day. And then a man shows up and beats the fuck out of her husband. What does she do? She throws her body on top of her husband. She protects him. That's a piece of shit. He's beating the fuck out of you every day. Instinctively, though, you protect him. This isn't shocking. It's not shocking that this woman who used to be a little girl that you pimped out is defending you. She's fucking brainwashed.
They ignore all of that and say he beats women because they just want to hate me. So guess what? You're damn right. You're damn right.
Look at it. Look at his face. He's like, this is. He goes, this is the smartest move ever. I know. I am so good at reverse psychology. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say that you're right, and then you're gonna think that, oh, he wouldn't say that if I was right. There's the old fucking switcheroo. Andrew Tate is fucking retarded. He's so retarded because he's really going after the dumbest people.
Heard me, feminist. I'm a woman beater. So watch out. Because you're next.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Okay, here's the video.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed
2022
me in a sexual
when this
act
happened.
with one of my ex-girlfriends. From 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Okay, here's the video. That blonde girl is the same girl in this video. The blonde girl that's 15.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen?
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do.
This looks like a fucking hostage video. It really does. It looks like she's sitting there going like, nope, totally fine. Like, blink twice if you want us to come save you.
It's just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone.
Okay, here. This is very important. This is the proof that she's 15, by the way. Because the other thing that people are going to say is she wasn't 15. Because if she's 15, Andrew Tate's entire argument goes away, right? In Romania, the law is 16 for consent, right? And if she was 15, then she couldn't consent to any of this, so it wouldn't be a kink. It wouldn't be anything other than a 28-year-old man fucking a 15-year-old.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
This is what happens, you don't listen. Look at the camera. Why are you getting hit? Why are you getting beaten? You don't listen.
That's not a kink, by the way. When a girl's got that fucking voice, that terrified voice, and a grown man is slapping her, hitting her with a belt, I don't care what agreement, quote unquote, they came to before it started. She's not having fun. It's not a kink. It's not two consenting adults having rough sex. It's abuse. It's what it is. It's just abuse. We've talked about this before. Years ago, I did an extensive deep dive on narcissistic abuse techniques, how they try to shame their women into doing this type of stuff. Most of the women, after they get out of these types of relationships, will get into a normal relationship where that doesn't happen, and they feel intense shame that they're being treated well, right? At bare minimum, if this woman, and she wasn't, so it's irrelevant, if this woman was an adult, if she was 18, 19, 20, 21, then it would still be abuse. It's a 15-year-old, though. That's the big difference.
You do as I say.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed.
And he's blatantly lying. He just keeps on repeating these lies. It's so easy to do math, right? He's literally like, he constantly says 10 years ago, 10 years ago, 10 years ago. Viva Frey was like, it was 10 years ago. Viva Frey either is retarded and hasn't looked at any of this evidence, which I would suggest is probably the case, but willfully ignorant But the guy he's going to be with in the video that I'm about to show you after this, that guy knows. So Viva Fraud is still got a slight pass right now.
Me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends. If I said it was a game and she said it was a game, who are
And the math actually comes out to 14 when they started dating, by the way.
other people to then comment on our lives?
A 14-year-old. A 14-year-old, guys. 14. Think of it. I don't know if any of you have daughters. I have a niece that was 14 a couple years ago. And the thought of Andrew Tate at 28 years old, whipping her with a belt, slapping her in the face, strangling her, murder. I would fly to Romania and murder. I really would. Like, it would be justified to me. I wouldn't care about going to jail for the rest of my life.
It was between two consenting adults, and we decided to do something ourselves, and we both agreed it was fine. That's just kink shaming.
Why are you getting beaten?
Which, that's all it is.
Again, it's not 15. Just keep on repeating 15 over and over again. Just 15. Okay, so let's move on to Viva, right? Because this is important. It's not really, this isn't really to attack Viva Fraud. It's more to show the culture of conservatives that are running cover for this, either not doing their research on purpose, don't want to know the truth, ignoring everybody like me and Milk Bar and Murder by Crayons, ignoring all of the things that we're saying and we're doing. The reason earlier, get full screen here. The reason earlier I said it has to be me, has to be MAGA, right, is because I have seen, I would say, at least a dozen people in my comment section. At least a dozen people in my comment section over the past week that were like, oh my God, I didn't know this, right? Oh my God, I've never seen this video. Oh my God, I've never seen this evidence, right? Because if you're an Andrew Tate, I don't want to hate page, I guess you could call it. Like, if you're a Milk Bar TV, if you're a Jewish page where Andrew Tate's talking about Jews and your content is all Jews, right? Like all Israel, you're just gonna say Andrew Tate doesn't like Israel. This is a back and forth. MAGA has to call this out because MAGA's the one that doesn't know. MAGA's the one that's defending him. So it has to be MAGA that calls it out. Do you understand why? Right? It's like you got a liberal account that hates Andrew Tate. You're going to make MAGA agree with Andrew Tate. If you have a fucking crazy leftist that is making sense, and I know that that's an oxymoron, right? But you have a crazy liberal account like Brian Krasenstein, who's like, Andrew Tate's a piece of shit, right? I would take one look at that and I'd be like, yeah, but you're a piece of shit and you're a propagandist and you're lying all the time. So I'm going to dismiss the things you're saying about Andrew Tate. But if it's me, shit, I built up some fucking credibility. And I wouldn't fucking go after my own side unless it was very serious. And that's why this is very serious. I'll see you later, rascals, in the chat. Have fun at work. So, this is what's happening with Viva Fraud. Now, I'm going to play this little clip to start off with, let's say, the tone Viva is setting.
But not Tate. That must be because you love. First, and I think the first thing is I've never even called Tate, not Tate, P. Diddy a trafficker. Diddy, but not Tate. That must be because you love. First,
so Viva Fraud is like, I've never called P. Diddy a trafficker. This is literally from fucking a month ago. Right? It's from 12/17/2024, where he literally made the title of his video here, Pizzagate was real, P. Diddy is the next iteration of Epstein. That is quite literally, you are literally calling P. Diddy a trafficker, right? This I just didn't want to do the clip again, but P. Diddy is, that's very definitive, the next iteration of Epstein. Okay, we all clear now. Okay, we're clear on that. Here's the exchange between Viva and the lawyer. And again, I want to do a shout out to Milk Bar for putting this together so I didn't have to.
I mean, here's the thing. The allegations are concerning the web trafficking business. The core problem is that almost all of the women who are in that business have testified for him.
And they were looking for one person to say they're a victim. By the way, they failed. They did not even find one.
Because they are not victims. They're just girls I know.
I have never heard of a human trafficker who all the people that they supposedly trafficked testified on their behalf.
There are formally 7 victims between the two brothers in the first case.
So, you see what's happening here? Right. What Tate and his brother have done was they've gotten some of their victims, like Vivian, to testify on their behalf. And then they say all, right? They've gotten some women to testify, oh no, Andrew Tate's great, right? But it's not all. There are 7 women who are still going like, no. He choked me so bad, the blood vessels in my eyes popped, and I thought I was going to die. That's a real testimony from one of his victims. They're not recanting. They're still testifying to this day. They're still witnesses to this day. They have not gone, Andrew Tate's awesome, I changed my mind. No.
And 5 of the 7 victims have given official statements to the authorities against the brothers. 4 of them are injured parties, civil parties, and so far 7 of them in the second case have already given statements against the brothers.
They've accused me of using the Loverboy method because basically I was a nice person.
Now, this is the other gaslighting tactic, and this worked on me, okay? Back in the day, I looked up the Loverboy method, and Andrew Tate's explanation was, the Loverboy method is essentially, these girls weren't even, I never even met them in person. They were just making TikToks. Okay, this is what Andrew Tate is a master manipulator. He manipulated me too. What I was defending before I actually did a deep dive was, okay, what they're trying to do to set up Andrew Tate is they're trying to use this obscure law called the Loverboy method, right? Where Andrew Tate was sexting back and forth with these girls in different countries, and those girls were making TikToks. So what the Romanian government did was they made this very loose connection that doesn't make any sense in any real world, and they connected Andrew Tate to these girls, and that's how they got him. And that's the fucking ignorant shit that I was spewing. Okay? No. The Loverboy method is actually very real and very serious. It's actually one of the biggest forms of sex trafficking. Here's the explanation.
I was nice.
I mean, human trafficking is like the movie Taken.
Well, no, but
it is horrendous and it is horrible.
It's not. I mean, what you're saying is the only type of human trafficking is kidnapping and drugging women, throwing them on a boat, and having a bunch of rich people bid on them like cattle. That's not the only form of human trafficking, you fucking fat retard.
All the allegations against him do not meet the legal standard of human trafficking.
Yes, they do. They fucking absolutely do.
There's a misconception generally about human trafficking cases where, generally the public may think this is a person, the particular victim has been abducted from another country or lured, and then they're under extreme coercive situation to perform in the sex industry. Whereas the majority of the cases come under this type of lover boy method, where an individual, a male, will then befriend an individual, almost groom them, pretend to fall in love with them, have a relationship with them, and then lure them in to work in the sex industry.
I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me.
You guys got to understand, right? The evidence against Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate. I can't repeat this enough times. The evidence against Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate. He is such a fucking narcissist that he admitted to every one of his crimes. And these crimes are not, these are not made up attacks from the fucking Matrix. He made that up too. He literally made that up. It was brilliant marketing. I gotta give it to him. He's good at that. He's a master manipulator. But every piece of evidence against Andrew Tate came from Andrew Tate. Period.
And that's how I got rich.
Let's just see what Mr. Tate posted on his war room. A girl who moved lost her support networks at home, cemented her move, talking about staying forever, can't wait to come back, etc. So I had to tighten the screw. This is his own fucking words. So I said somebody in her old town told me she worked in a sex club. I totally made this up. So he's completely manipulating and lying to her. Since she moved, she's been fed, but nothing else. She's been fed, but nothing else. She's broke. She can't go home. She can't leave the house. Man, I almost sound evil. Not almost. Started calling her
not
liar,
almost.
threatening to kick her out. But the real goal is for her to agree to never go anywhere without me, not even her hometown. I need her working.
I'm sorry, that's not my definition of human trafficking.
That's mine.
I mean, are you fucking high? This is the
I love this guy. I want this guy as my lawyer.
definition of sex trafficking.
They didn't care when he was actually operating this business 7-8 years ago. They didn't care.
It's over 10 years, Robert. It's
Look, this conversation between these two is very scary because they're lawyers. That's the scary part, right? I'm not saying that all lawyers are smart. In fact, a lot of them aren't. It's their trying to flex their law degree as credibility to read and interpret the evidence of the case. And what they're doing is they're making a whole ass video where they are not interpreting the facts of the case. They are actually just repeating Andrew Tate's talking points. Now, if they are doing it out of sheer willful ignorance, that's one thing. But if they fucking know what I know and they have seen what I have seen, that means these two fucking scumbags are running cover for a massive human trafficking pedophile operation because they like Andrew Tate. This guy on the right, Robert Burke, he's photographed in the same room at CPAC with Andrew Tate. Now, is a photo evidence that you are best buddies with somebody? No. Does it compound onto all of the evidence that we're seeing now where you're still defending him? Yeah. If I was defending Jeffrey Epstein and I was standing next to Jeffrey Epstein, right, the fucking Trump photo would be damning. But just Trump standing next to Epstein doesn't mean shit. See what the left does with Donald Trump. There's no fucking picture of Donald Trump next to Jeffrey Epstein past the 90s because he denounced him, kicked him out of his club, and said fuck you. They tried to get Jeffrey Epstein to flip on Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein couldn't because Donald Trump thought he was a scumbag and cut all ties with him. Do you understand that if Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump had any type of physical connection or there was any evidence at all, then Donald Trump would be in fucking jail right now. So, you gotta you gotta take all of this evidence and put it together. You can't just look at one little clip, one little piece, cherry pick the narrative that you want to put out there. That's why I'm putting all this stuff out there.
It's 2015 at the latest. It's 2013, 2012 at the earliest. So a decade.
No, not a decade. He stopped doing his fucking webcam business the day he was indicted in 2022. 3 fucking years ago. And for 2 years, he's been under investigation. Otherwise, he'd still be fucking doing it.
And that was a past life. We're talking about something that happened 10 years ago.
A decade.
But now we're coming towards the end of Corona. I'm just going to keep.
April 5th, 2021. He is still doing his fucking webcam business, aka human trafficking.
I'm going to keep like 5 or 6 of my main girls.
It's 2015 at the latest.
My
No, 2021. It's actually 2022.
main chick helps me pimp the second girl. I don't think the second girls would be watching really, but even if they are, well, she's been around for 8 years and you haven't. So you need
8 years prior to 2021, right? Yeah.
to put some fucking work in and show me you're loyal.
A decade.
This is the tweet that Viva sent out before he made this whole explanation video. If you unironically accuse a lawyer of he's crying out innocent till proven guilty like it's an insult, you might not be the hero you think you are. Due process is kind of important. Due process is kind of important. So everyone who's coming at Viva Frey, who's accusing him of just giving Tate the benefit of the doubt, right? We're in the wrong. We're in the wrong. The same guy, Viva Frey, who called P. Diddy the next iteration of Epstein in a very definitive, according to him, slanderous way. Because P. Diddy hasn't been convicted. I don't even think he's been on trial yet. So P. Diddy, clearly, the next iteration of Epstein. Andrew Tate, innocent till proven guilty. Do you see the difference? Do you see the hypocrisy, Viva? Yeah. Have the Tates been convicted of anything? No. They haven't been convicted yet. They are innocent until proven guilty. We are not doing the court of law on the internet. We're doing the court of public opinion. And you have been trying cases in that court. So, let's go to trial. Mr. Frey, is this not your tweet calling P. Diddy the next iteration of Epstein? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you can see that he did answer in the affirmative. No. You're a fucking hypocrite, dude. I liked you. I hate that I liked you. You know? I don't like that I keep on finding out the people that I like are kind of scummy, right? Candace Owens. Andrew Tate, even. Right? I don't like it. But I can make a promise to my fucking followers. Right? I can make a promise to my audience, okay? If I find out some shit, I will sit here and take my fucking L. I will actually admit that I was wrong about Andrew Tate, about Candace Owens. You apparently don't hold yourself to that same fucking standard. You're just, no, I'm right, you're wrong. Okay, well, see how that works out for you. All right? Because I know exactly what's going to happen. Andrew Tate is going to get convicted, and you're going to go, I always said that I was just waiting for the verdict, and I'm happy about the verdict. No. The internet's forever, motherfucker. I'm gonna keep playing this. No, as soon as you try that, I'm gonna be like, oh, what about this? You know, you guys can all. This goes out to every one of you, Benny Johnsons and fucking all these fucking simps, all these fucking Tate Andrew simps. Real fucking easy. It's real fucking easy. All you gotta do is say, you know, from what I've seen, it is pretty bad, so I'm not gonna talk about it. See, simple. But no, you guys are trying this whole. We're so altruistic. We only believe in innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. You got to remember, you've also said some other shit on the internet, and I'm really good at noticing things. So I will be the fucking check and balance on my own side. I always have been. Misfit. All right. I don't do tribalism. I don't do cult shit. I don't do cliques. I don't do groups. I don't even do group chats. I'm in one group chat about Andrew Tate, and I actually told them, I go, if there's any shady shit in here, I'm out. I learned my lesson with group chats years ago, right? I want to be a lone wolf on my own, calling out whatever the fuck I want. I don't need anyone else to tell me what I should or shouldn't or can and can't do. I don't care about what my followers think either. Right? I love my people. I love my people. You guys are all great. But if it comes down to something where I say something that you disagree with and you tell me that you don't support me any longer because of a position, my initial instinct is going to be like, bye. I don't care. Fuck you. This is my page. I am going to decide what I put on it till the end of time. All right, boys and girls. All right, let's do the shout-outs. Tits on my groin here. Oh. Freeing feeling. Yes, absolutely. Tits on McGroin. I love saying that. I love saying the McGroin names. We need more McGroins in this chat. Hey guys, new to the party. Well, you're here late, Apple Eater with Rome. But That's okay. You guys can replay this starting from, I don't know, right around the halfway point if you really want to watch the Tate stuff, or watch the whole fucking episode and watch the daily breakdown as well. But at the end of every show, and by the way, welcome, Apple Eater with Rome. We do shout-outs every day at the end of this show. Little breakdown for anybody who didn't see me say it earlier. The daily breakdown is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. What I do is I type the word news into a search bar and I deliver that to you. If it's fake news, I'll tell you. I'll give you my opinions. I'll walk you through it. And then we have guests and we have special topics that we talk about after. But make sure you like this shit, share this shit, follow this shit. Why is my... This is annoying. Hold on. Oh. Oh, you bastard. My box was not lined up. We have a box problem here. My box was unlocked. Okay, now, if you guys didn't see what I just did, the frame was off. ADD. Yeah, like this shit, share this shit, follow this shit, and make sure you're watching this on Rumble. I have streamed this to YouTube and X. YouTube will eventually ban me because I say whatever the fuck I want. And if you're on X, I don't see what you're saying in the live chat because I only have the Rumble chat over here. And those are the people that I'm listening to because these are my P1s. These are the people that have been here since the beginning. So I'm not going to insult them by associating with you dirty, dirty Xers and YouTubers. So make sure you get over there to Rumble. Link is in my bio. Let's do the shout-outs. At the end of every show, we shout out everybody in the chat until this fucking show blows up and it's too long to do. Luckily, right now, I'm not that popular. All right. So we got Emerald Sonic 78. We got a new one in here. Apple Eater with Rome. We got TPH 14 on the edge. Tits on McGroin. K-Hart 917. Rascals. Cincy Rock 27. Hey, Sandy. Han Jancock. Who else we got? We're scrolling. Crazy Moan McGroin. Moon McDare. Who else? RZRUT2A. And, of course, always at the top, Georgia Mom 2015. All right, so tonight, if Sean Farish is available, we will do the weekly breakdown. The weekly breakdown is usually every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And me and Sean, we just go through all of the daily breakdowns, and then we just rap about whatever we want to talk about. So we'll see you tonight, maybe. Oh, Elise WS or Ellis WS. I'm trying to read a new name. I have trouble with new names. Ellisu's. I'm going to call you Ellisu's. Yeah. Ellisu's is also a new account in here. And you made it just in time for the shout out. But yeah, if Sean's available, we'll be here tonight. If not, we'll be here tomorrow morning. The weekly breakdown is sort of up in the air. Sometimes Sean gets busy and sometimes I get busy, but we try to do it every week and we usually do. So we'll see you then, or I'll see you in the morning. Well, peace out, guys. I got a box you can unlock. Okay. I like this new person. I like you, Apple Eater. We'll see you tomorrow or